Hello, and welcome back to Darksiders II. I'm not going to try and pronounce the Deathinitive edition thing every time, because I stumble over it constantly. I noticed a couple of things between episodes, just like I did between episodes 1 and 2 of the remaster edition of Darksiders. I've applied a couple of fixes. One of the problems with Darksiders 2 for me is the FOV is a bit narrow, but there is a fix to that. It's a cheat engine fix, actually. I've got no problem using cheat engine for games. This one stretches out the FOV. I think it's vertical FOV, but as you can see, it's a chunk further back now, and it just gives you a little bit more of a view. Another thing I noticed was that for some reason, in the options, I got shadow quality and anti-aliasing set to just normal. Fairly certain I can, use them on high. So, onwards we go. I think that might stop that weird shadow flickering issue that we got as well. At least a little bit. There is still, some obvious flickering in places, but it's no huge deal, especially since most of the time we're going to be indoors away from direct light sources anyway. So, this world is in many ways a lot more open than in the first game. Ooh, actually. We'll go and say hello to Vulgrim while we're here.
Come closer. See. Greetings, horseman. And
hello, Vulgrim.
welcome. I've been expecting you.
Vulgrim. What brings you crawling out of the shadows?
I wouldn't want to lose my most valuable customer. Not to what lurks at the edge of shadows. So here I am, to offer my wares.
Do you know that I don't? I'm not here by choice, demon.
I merely followed the trail of carnage. Your blades are as sharp as ever. Even still, I may be able to help you.
May.
I carry things others would frown upon. Go on, take a look. You won't be disappointed. I have new items if
So,
you have the
Vulgrim is a store, and he offers a variety of things, including random loot boxes. And he also offers you the ability to respec.
Another time, demon.
He's not actually very
Until
useful
then,
in this game.
Perhaps you'll grant me a small indulgence.
Oh yes.
There are pages missing from the Book of the Dead. I believe many lie along your path.
How odd. And
If
handy.
you bring them to me, your reward will be substantial.
And so will be my damnation.
Okay, so in each of the worlds, and there are 4 different main worlds that you can go to in this game, there is a tomb. And in that tomb, there are some cool bits and pieces. But in order to get into that tomb, you need a key, and you get the key from collecting all of the pages of the Book of the Dead in bundles of 10 and trading them to Vulgrim. And there's a shiny up here. That's a boatman coin. There are loads of them scattered around. I can't remember exactly how many, but they can be traded in as used currency with Vulgrim. Thank you. Bath potion. I am not going to be collecting all of the pages of the Book of the Dead. I needed to get the achievements for it. I ended up having to follow a guide because they are pretty well hidden in places. Ooh. Smash. Combat is a good chunk more visceral and flashy from the outset. Ooh. Equip that. But because there are more RPG aspects in this, and there are, you know, skill points and level ups and stuff, it means that at times, especially on the harder difficulties, you might want to spend a little bit of time grinding out levels. And a lot of people liked that. And a lot of people really hated it. It was quite divisive, this game. Now, there were people that really liked the first one for its kind of Zelda-like qualities. And it's simplified, you know, getting upgrade item style gameplay. And I believe the third game is going back to that. That's what I can hear. Don't know whether you can hear that on the audio. That kind of weird sound. That's one of those crystals making that. And there's an NPC that asks you to collect those crystals for him later. We can't reach it yet because we don't have the necessary item. But again, there are rewards and stuff for that. You'll also notice that we got this buckler. Oh, which I'd automatically equipped. These are fist weapons, and they are much as fast. And, in my opinion, the faster weapons in this game are... What was that? Are the most fun. One of the other good things about the fist weapons, or the faster weapons in general, is that there is a life leech stat in this game. And you can imagine how that works. You stuck. I'm trying to remember whether that blue bar, or the grey blue bar in the top left hand corner, is our XP bar, or if it's our death form. Can't remember. So yeah, the kind of randomly generated loot system, a lot of people really liked, a lot of people really didn't like. I liked it, but I won't be sad to see it go. There's a lot of clipping through the floor, I'm noticing, with this FOV mod on. You can hear another one of those. crystals up there. You can hear them from a fair distance away. Ooh. New scythes. So Death isn't, unlike War, who gets the Chaos Eater for his entire journey, Death can actually upgrade and get different scythes. Which is nice. This thing here that looks like a foot and a leg, looks like a foot and a leg because it is a foot and a leg. And you'll come back to that later. This is no place for a horse. To smash. I must also remember that we have. Let us show you that. Hi. So that summons little zombie critters, which are quite cool, and they're very, very useful for distracting enemies. Oh, I'm going to do that all the way through, incidentally. But not only can you distract enemies with them, but you can power them up so that they deal more damage. But there are other things that you can do with them as well. Increase their health. Damage dealt by the ghouls is awarded as wrath, so they act as like a wrath leech for us. Death's enemies are driven to attract the driven to attack rather the ghouls, so they tank for you. They do AoE fire damage with a fire aura, and they explode when they're killed or the ability ends. There are other things that you can summon as well, but the zombies are my favourites. Well, no, technically they're my second favourite. I can also summon a murder of crows later on. But yes, those abilities use the light blue bar on our hood, which is our wrath. I can probably actually up the difficulty. Level up. Oh, and again. So we've got a skill point. Let's increase the health of our summoned ghouls. I noticed that there are a lot of paths that I have been ignoring. Having a weapon like these claws with Wrath Drain on is really good for a Necromancer build. Ooh. Stick those on. Possessed Buckler. So you'll notice that the attributes are randomly generated. We just got our first possessed item. They can be upgraded. That's the pauldron that we got from the shaman. We can't wear it yet. We need level 5. We can keep that on. So there's a few stats that we need to be aware of. Press blur and choose the upgrade option upon selecting a possessed weapon to feed them items. So if we... yeah, we can upgrade it and we can actually feed it stuff that we're not using to raise its level. Which is really only important towards the end of the game. Isn't there something in one of those trees? No. But again, you'll notice there are quite a few little... is this one of the simple ones? Yes. There's lots of these little mini kind of dungeons. Well, not so much dungeons as... you notice we've acquired a shoulder pad there. And there's another crystal up there. Those don't get marked on the map. Which is kind of annoying, actually. Jess, if I feel like doing any of the side content, I might do it off camera. Because this is a big game, much bigger than the first one. You can tell he's young because he's got no beard.
Not another one.
You're the Nephilim, the one they call Death. How did you get here?
Took a wrong turn. It appears I'm stranded here with the rest of you.
If you seek the cauldron, you should know that it fell to corruption fair long ago. I can still feel the fire itself rumbling deep in the earth.
I'll take my chances.
Who are you?
You're different than the others. Less pleasant on the eyes, for one.
I could say no less for you. Folks around town call me Pup or Lad, but I
Lad.
prefer my own name.
Khan.
Pup it is, then.
As you will. Matters not to me.
Why not restore the fire yourself?
I came here just for that purpose. Figured I'd pop the cork, so to speak. Be the hero. But the cauldron is locked up well and tight, and the way through is swallowed by fire. You look capable enough. Perhaps you can find a way.
Joy.
I'll wait here and guard the entrance.
Okay, so if there are dialogue options in blue, they are related to quests. So the first one is about the shaman who asked us to talk to Khan for where we might find certain items.
Your shaman has offered me a talisman if I bring her the materials.
You'd be wise to accept then. Her craft is mighty powerful.
Where do I find Stalker's bone?
You'll find stalkers prowling the cauldron. Should be simple work if your name is any indication.
And he's also got a quest for us.
Say, if you're headed in there, you mind doing something for me?
Yes, I mind. Aren't I doing enough already?
Perhaps, though it seems to me you're doing right enough for yourself. Our benefit being a fortunate side effect. Well, if it ain't much trouble, I left an old metal platter in there, with the image of 2 hammers scribed in the center. Not much to look at, but it was my journeyman piece. Last thing I ever forged.
A dish? You want me to bring you a dish?
Yes.
Yes, well, it has sentimental value. If you find it, I'll make it worth your while.
It is worth finding these things. I believe they were added in as side quests in DLC. Can't remember. So we picked up a really slow axe and a really slow hammer there. I'm going to stick with the buckler for now. So here we go into our first dungeon. And unlike Darksiders 1, which followed the very kind of Zelda-esque dungeony temple thing, this one's actually got a lot of little mini dungeons. There are some big major ones as well. But there's also little mini ones that you can complete all the way around. This one's not too long. Ooh, there's something that might be familiar for people. Yeah, I don't want to turn the tutorials off, because there's probably stuff I've forgotten. But likewise, I don't really need the majority of them. Wasn't there an option for... auto-collect? Saves me having to faff around each time. So the cauldron is, as the name suggests, a lovely fiery place. A boatman coin. Don't know why I'm collecting those. So it is still worth destroying the various barrels and stuff. This way. I don't know whether they changed the audio balance between the games, or whether Darksiders 2 just has more noticeable audio themes. Still uses the same sound for opening doors. Was there anything else I needed to... Some critters over there. But yeah, the music is much more noticeable. Fire and ash. And no. What does that do? That was the charge attack for the butler. Butler. It looks like a shield. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a parry mechanic. What are you looking at up there? Yeah, it's a very, very pretty. Yes, pretty game. Those are the stalkers that we need. A map. Don't mind if I do. Ow. You can kind of see why people might have argued that actually the pace of this combat was a little too fast. Because there is a lot going on. We got some new boots there. I have this key. So there aren't any beholder keys in this one. We have skeleton keys, which, you know, death, skeleton. These ornate keys can be used to open locked doors within the current area. Press the back button to view the area map and look for nearby locked doors. Holding the left stick down will summon dust.
See what you can find.
It'll give you a clue as to which way to go. I don't think he always gives you a little cutscene like that. I can't remember. Oh! Help! I have fallen to my death. But you can see the locked door thing on the map as well. Hi, friend. I want to see what. Oh, it's got a counter. Huh. Oh look, there's a boatman coin up there. Right, this is a new mechanic for Darksiders 2. Balls in holes. Nope. There isn't a Horde Seeker on this. It's hard to judge. There we go. Sometimes hard to judge the distances. Death is much more maneuverable on those vines than War is in the first game. Again, lots of really pretty views. Smash all the pots. What's that? An axe. Oh, we haven't seen the glaives yet. These are big. Hold-on weapons. But again, I much prefer the faster weapons. Oh, no, hold on. Hold on. And we go. Yes, the lighting engine really adds to the environment. As I say, this is one of the smaller dungeons in the game. Bye. Slash. Just wait.
Where there is a lock, there is a key.
That. What he said. Book of the Dead page. There's a ball, but we can't get it out of the hole. Shadow bombs. Bang. So you can see on the stuff on the floor how this works. Oh yes. We need to actually use the bomb to to get the ball out of the hole. Can't just pull it out by ourselves. There we go. Key. It tells us that every time. You can use the roll to get around faster, but you don't want to use it 3 times in a row, because then you do that and he has to stick the landing, which slows you down. Looks like fun. Bet that's a bit warm.
No time to waste.
So there are a fair few timed puzzles. They're generally fairly forgiving and not too difficult. Generally. Did I see a chest down there? Oh no, it's in the previous room. There are quite a few puzzles that take advantage of Death's newfound agility. Oh, that didn't blow it up. Balls. Flash stop. That's me not paying attention. Because now... we have to go through all of this again. Right, let's try this again, but let's make sure it blows up this time. There we go. Oh, hello. I'm not entirely sure that count as worth it, to be honest. So you probably saw the message on the screen saying that you can fast travel back to town with a kind of town portal style there and back again mechanic. That can be quite useful. Okay, we're almost done with this dungeon anyway. That. That. Yeah, fast travel back to town to purchase supplies via dungeon waypoints. Ah, that looks suspiciously like a metal plate. One of the lost journeyman treasures. This platter holds deep sentimental value to Khan.
This could be useful.
Useful might be a stretch, Death, if I'm honest. Cutscene. Oh, hi. Ow. Slice. Ow. Sit in a corner. Rule of Cool applies once again. Dark Avenger. This weapon once belonged to a human warrior known as Draven. During countless duels, the weapon absorbed Draven's own rage and thirst for revenge against those who wronged him. The Dark Avenger is infamous for possessing a furious lust for blood and carnage. Just like me. We can't use it yet, it's level 5, but it is a buckler style weapon. Ooh. You'll notice that guilt found, so gold find, is a statistic that we can acquire as well. A lot of stuff hidden in crates and barrels. Was there anything hidden in here? No, that's just where Garn came from. Destroy all the things! Mine. Well, that looks important, doesn't it? The Book of the Dead page. Right. This is us pulling the cork, as I believe Khan called it. That controller rumble. Restored the fire of the mountain. So that is the dungeon complete. Hello. And we can just make our way out. This is literally the start of the dungeon. And many of the dungeons are designed in such a way. Talk to Khan.
The mountain has a voice. How did you... No, doesn't matter. You have done what I failed to do. You must take the good news to Alya as soon as you can.
I shall do so, but first...
I found that dish you wanted.
You're a good man. Much more so than your name would imply. I'm in your debt.
And we get something for that.
What is
Also-
Mordant dew?
Mordant dew is the venom those stingers get you with, if you let them too close. You'll find them in Drenchfort. Walk softly, though. Those stings are nasty.
Cha-ching! XP, gold, skill points. Don't mind if I do. We are going to get the Wrath Drain thing. And we're going to fast travel back to town. Because we can. And next time, we'll find out what Alya wants us to do next. Because you know there's going to be a next. And you know it's going to be fun. Until then. Thanks very much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, hit the thumbs up and consider subscribing. Remember to ring the bell to be notified when new videos go live. And until next time, toodle pip.